Hey, Ken Weaver.
Yes, sir.
That Joan Jones she sure is good, isn't she?
Yes, sir.
Man, oh man.
Real good.
I mean, it makes you not even miss Mac Morey. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean, she is so good, I don't hear anybody mentioning Mac Morey anymore. But you know what? But that serves him right, because he went and left us.
That's right.
Going off to KC to, whatever, dream job, shmeem job.
I understand he's in New Orleans.
Oh, do you now?
Yes.
I understand he's on our phone lines right now.
A whole segment of Cougar Chow.
That's right.
It's the Friday Mac Attack on the Mac Murphy Show.
That's right. We're bringing it back, baby. Old school Mac Attack style. We used to do this often on Fridays. Mac Morey joining us for a visit from New Orleans, Louisiana, as the Kansas City Chiefs are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl. Mac Morey, how many are you in?
Yo, what is going on, Murph Dog? What is going on, boys?
What's happening? I tried to get Ken Weaver to talk bad about you. He wouldn't do it.
I love Brother Mac
Ken would never do that. How is my guy, Ken? First off, I didn't know a traffic report could sound more sensual, more sexual in the tone than Womack, but wow, Ken Weaver.
Well, it's very passionate.
Going on the traffic, fantastic.
It's very passionate,
Also, Matt, I heard you talking about Murphy. I heard you talking about the great one. I was like, okay, I didn't know you missed me that much. And then all of a sudden, you get the Nimpkin poops. I'm like, okay, now he's talking about.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Not much has changed.
Look, everybody before we get into this, everybody wants to know, how are you?
Oh, that's so nice. First off, I got the pleasure to talk to Chris earlier in the day. I messed all the listeners.
Whoa, what? What? Excuse me?
Oh, you're not tuned into the station. Wow, thanks for listening.
No, of course not. I don't listen to any of those other knuckleheads. Let me ask you this. I want to know. All right, fine. That's all. Whatever. You were his producer. Who asked you first? That's all I need to know. Who asked you first?
I honestly, I'm not kidding when I say this. I'd have to go look at the text. But you guys were both ballpark. It was really close, you know?
That means I did. That means I asked first. That's what that means. That's kind of what I'm going to take that. That's okay, though. His show comes first. So listen, I don't begrudge you. You got to get a little business from hand. So how was that? How was that visit? Was that nice?
No, it was good. It was great hearing you guys. It was great hearing everyone's voice. Great hearing Jones. As I said earlier, it's not like I set the bar too high over there in the newsroom, but she's obviously surpassed that times 10. So it seems like you guys are doing great. The stream looks awesome online, so it seems like you guys are doing awesome. Yeah,
we took that large amount of money that we were paying you, and we dressed up the studio with it.
Yeah, where was that going with me then?
No. They had a special on TVs, and so we bought a TV to put behind my left shoulder.
No, I know. I love it. I watched it the other day. I was like, wow, they're looking good.
So back to the original question, though. How are you? How's KC? How are things working out? Are you enjoying yourself? You loving life?
Oh, man, it's been awesome. It's been surreal. It's been crazy. If you told me this 7 or 8 months ago that I'd be in New Orleans covering a three-peat, getting ready to have a hurricane on a Friday night after covering this whole damn thing, talking to athletes and a million different broadcasters that I grew up watching, shaking a million hands. I mean, I think I shook hands with 4 different, well, technically 3 because Eli didn't get in, but almost 4 Hall of Fame quarterbacks this week, met a bunch of different people. It's just been, it's been an awesome week where I've kind of had to pinch myself a few different times, but yeah, man, it's you guys over at W10 for the last 2 years or so gave me so many opportunities for me to be able to get to this place and kind of leap off. But man, Bob, Dusty, the 2 hosts I work with, have been absolutely fantastic. Just like you guys used to, I'm getting opportunities, getting moments, getting to do pregame playoff specials and hosting those, doing after hours, hosting some of that stuff. So they're giving me opportunities, learning a lot. And plus, I mean, I get to talk about Patrick LaVon Mahomes. How much better can it be? I'm sorry, I feel for you guys, the Titans, number 1 pick, but I'll take a 3-peat any day.
Well, yes. Enough about that's quite enough about the Tennessee Titans, by the way. Thank you. Yep, sorry. I mean, but yeah, you got to be number 1 in something, and I think it's awesome that I decided to leave the lowly Atlanta Falcons, who always destroyed my heart and soul, and become a Titans fan. And then as soon as that happened in 2021, the Titans decided that they're going to permanently suck too.
That was one of the first things I thought of going out throughout this season. It was just like Murphy just switched his allegiances.
I'm sitting here, and ultimately the Falcons are doing okay, right?
They're doing good. They're winning games. Kirk Cousins has a couple of primetime moments. Murphy's going, what the hell? What am I doing?
Should have beaten your Chiefs, by the way. Should have beaten your.
Absolutely. I actually, yes. That was the only game this whole season where I picked against the Chiefs. It did not work out I was wrong again because the Chiefs, they work it out with the refs on the side. How can they not?
There you go. So I love before we start smack talking about the Chiefs. So you said you met the 4 Hall of Famers. You guys interviewed the 4 Hall of Famers, or the 3?
We got to interview Kurt Warner. We had Kurt Warner on the show, which was absolutely fantastic. Really, really nice guy, but. Saw Joe Montana and saw Eli Manning and
where are you on the Eli? Where are you on the Eli question?
I'm pro Eli Hall of Fame, but I'm also a big. Can you tell the story of the NFL? I'm a big stats guy, big nerd, as you know. But when it gets in the Hall of Fame, I get a little bit more. I wouldn't say nostalgic, but you can't tell the story of the NFL, the 21st century, the last 20 years without Eli Manning, because you can't tell it without Tom Brady and the reason Tom Brady doesn't have 9 Super Bowl rings is because of Eli Manning. So I think you have to put him in. He beat the GOAT twice on the biggest stage. He doesn't have anything else but those 2 runs in of itself. I mean, I think you have to be there.
I just where I'm at on this, I don't like this idea. I mean, I think everyone that I trust that is knowledgeable about all of this says the same thing. They said, yeah, of course he's going to get in. But I don't like this. We're playing games with first ballot and make him wait, and you're kind of tiering the Hall of Fame at that point. Well, he was a first ballot Hall of Fame, right? I mean, just get him in. Let's just do it. Let's make it happen.
I mean, is there a Hall of Fame in sports right now that's in a good state? I mean, the Baseball Hall of Fame's always had extreme controversy. None of the best players that you watched in the 90s and early 2000s can even make it. And, you've got the Basketball Hall of Fame. All you need is 3 or 4 decent seasons. I mean, that Hall of Fame's a joke at that point. And then in football, now we're having this thing. I mean, Torrey Holt didn't even make the Hall of Fame. That should have happened ages ago. So as soon as he was eligible. So, yeah, there's some weirdness going on right now with the Hall of Fame stuff. But, a lot of guys here trying to didn't realize that was part of the Radio Row. Was a lot of former athletes obviously on, but a lot of those guys doing hits, trying to get in the Hall of Fame, trying to get in NFL honors, just trying to get their name out there. So that was kind of a lot of my job this week, is going up to handlers, going up to former athletes, just looking them in the eye, shaking their hand, introducing myself, and just seeing if they had any time, seeing if they had any quick 5 minutes, whether it was a walk and talk or they could sit down with us.
So how is that? I mean, how do you describe Radio Row and being in New Orleans during this type of event? For most of us, we've not experienced it. Obviously, Tennessee is very anticipatory. Once the stadium gets done, Nashville obviously wants to host a Super Bowl. How would you describe the atmosphere at the Super Bowl?
It's incredible. I mean, from a standpoint of you're on Radio Row and, you look to your left and, there's Deion Sanders, and you turn around and there's, a famous reporter that you used to watch on ESPN or fan or senior, whoever it might be. Or there's the other aspect, and you're on Bourbon Street and there's a million different people from a million different places, and you're starting conversations with random people that go Birds, and then you go spell Eagles wrong on purpose to the E-J-E-L because the Bay. There's just a million different things going on, and the food is absolutely incredible. That's something that Nashville would absolutely excel in as well as a host city. Nashville's come up a few times as I'm walking down Bourbon Street, because this is my first time really in New Orleans getting to experience this city. And so much of what New Orleans has, fantastic food, great live music, very walkable. Nashville has all those things as well. I think it would be a great host city. And again, there is not an environment that I've been in that has this sort of energy. It feels like. And now the anticipation, it really started a little bit Wednesday, and then yesterday ramped up, and today we're here. It's happening. Everyone's ready for the game. If you see someone out, they're here for the game, whether they're a fan, whether they're a media member, whatever it is, whether they're working with the team. It's quite a unique experience, and one that I think Nashville would do great having.
So Mac Morey's joining us, a.k.a. Cougar Chow. A lot of people on the Super Text line want want to tell you hello, and they want to make sure you're doing well. They want to tell you that you are very missed. And frankly, a lot of Cougars on the Super Text line are saying that, just confirming that it was an appropriate nickname. So
hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. It's my understanding that Kansas City, and you're leaning in. You're leaning in to the idea that the refs are with you. I heard, and I wanted confirmation on this, that not only did school systems in and around Kansas City have a Show Your Colors Day where all the kids would go to school dressed as Kansas City Chiefs players or their favorite players or whatnot, that they had a refs appreciation day in certain school systems. Have you heard this? Because I heard that this was a thing that I'm not making this up, that they're kind of leaning into the to all of this rumor mongering going on, that the refs somehow, for some reason, have had the ability, 17 different crews, Max, 17 different crews have somehow coordinated to be in the bag for Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the Chiefs.
Of course, and one of my favorite things is, wow, look, this team just every year gets penalized less in the playoffs. Oh, so you're telling me good teams are disciplined? Okay, wow. So you've watched sports once or twice. You're really learning. Way to go, guys. I mean, it's become so. At this point, I mean, we were talking about on our show. If you're not a Chiefs fan at this point, it's just kind of tough to talk about the Chiefs with you because it instantly becomes that conversation. But I think the pivot from Kansas City, which absolutely you're right, that has been a thing about the refs and everything. Just lean into it, make it a deal, and have fun with it because they hate us because they ain't us. Everyone, if you deep down, you know this team's what you're watching is pure greatness and it's a history. And yeah, you can be mad at it, but you're mad at it because you're not a part of it. You're mad at it because you're not in it and you want to be. It's envy, it's jealousy, and all those things are natural. Those are good reactions. But to then turn around and say, yeah, it's because the refs, yeah, you're lying to yourself. This is pure greatness. Now, am I going to say that the Chiefs have ever gotten a call that maybe wasn't a great call? No, but that's been true in all sports for all time for every team ever.
Why is they not? I mean, I guess it's just because he's good. I mean, Patrick Mahomes he understands that he's going to get the ties. He's good enough, and he's been good enough for longer. And this was my take on it earlier today, right? And I'm being dead serious. So great players get the benefit of the doubt. I use the example of Ted Williams in baseball. There's an old story. I told the story earlier. I won't belabor it, but there's an old story that, a new young rookie, like flame-throwing pitcher went up against Ted Williams, one of the greatest hitters in baseball history, right? And he threw what he thought was a strike, and the ump called it a ball. And he threw another one, thought it was a strike. The ump called it a ball. On the third one, he walks to the ump and says, "What's up?" And the umpire says, "Young man, when you throw a strike, Mr. Williams will let you know." Meaning he doesn't swing at balls, he swings at strikes, and when he swings at this, the point being is that greatness gets the benefit of the doubt, and I think that's what infuriates people that aren't necessarily fans of the Chiefs, is that Patrick Mahomes I think he gets the benefit of the doubt, but it's only because of how good he is at being so elusive and doing things that no other player's doing right now.
Yeah, I agree, and I think you could make that case for Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, name your guy, LeBron James, Tom Brady. I mean, I think any instance you could probably find that guy. I also think there are other instances where we don't look at. I mean, Josh Allen's the guy, and again, I'm a big Josh Allen truther. I think he's the second greatest quarterback in the league. I think he'll end up being maybe a top 10 quarterback of all time when it's all said and done. The guy would have hoisted a couple Lombardi trophies already if it weren't for my guy Mahomes. That's how good he is. But this guy's gotten now is going to get 2 rules changed for him. He's also a guy who's having the league try and help him out too. So I don't think it's just a Mahomes thing. I mean, this is a guy who didn't get the ball in overtime against Kansas City a few years ago in the playoffs. What did they do the very next season? They changed the playoff rules in overtime. Josh Allen had an extremely close call on a first down where you couldn't really see the football. You couldn't really definitively tell if that football crossed the line.
It was a first down. It was a first down.
You can't tell me definitively, man. You can.
And why aren't we chipping the balls? By the way, why?
And that's what we're going to do.
Why aren't we? Just chip the ball and then you're done with it. And all right. So without belaboring the X's and O's. Even you, as much of a Chiefs fan as you are, and by the way, I've gotten 1,000 super texts, but this one caught my eye. I liked Morey better when all he did was read the news. Me too. Me too, Super Texter.
Me too.
I mean, you can't be doing this little floppy fake thing and expect people are going to, I mean, even as a Kansas City fan, you had to sit there and go, come on, Patrick, you don't have to do all that.
I did not like the flop. Did not like the flop. He, after the game, apologized about it, said he shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Not something that he's really done before, and I appreciate that he owned up to that because, I mean, yeah, that's just against the integrity of the game.
But at the same time, on the other side, he's just trying to get the flag, man.
I was going to say, yes, and then there's the other side where it's like, yeah, he just went 15 yards. I mean, come on, really. I mean, the rules need change. I mean, there are some things that the rules need to help. I mean, this hitting the quarterback thing, we've got to figure out a way to where they can still be a runner of the football and be treated as such, but not be getting clobbered and getting killed, but also not being able to slide late and have these defenders be put in an impossible situation as they're already on the deficit on that negative side. So, there's some things that need to be changed, but I don't think that's all on Mahomes.
Dakota says, sounds like Mac Morey has finally hit puberty. I'm not making these up, Morey. These are just actual comments from actual. I know, just raw, rude. If just says, and then Chris wants to know. Chris wants to know if there are any good disc golf places out in KC.
Yes, no, Kansas City actually is one of the better places in the country for disc golf. So your boy's been getting out, throwing some rub, as they say.
Oh, stop it! Oh, don't
banging chains, Murph.
Banging chains.
Yeah, but Brother Mac, how many aces?
How many aces?
Oh gosh, 0 aces. 2 aces in my life, both in Nashville.
There you go. Yeah,
but 0 aces here. Yeah, no. If you want to see me scream like a little girl and forget about puberty, like that texter said, that would be seeing me after an ace for sure.
So I got a couple of prop bets I want to ask you about. What do you think the possibility before prop bets? What's the possibility that Trump just goes over and shakes Taylor Swift's hand? What do you think?
I feel like I don't know.
I feel like it could happen.
Props. I think exactly. I'll be there. I'll see if I can make it happen.
You'll be there. You'll be in the stadium.
I will be in the stadium.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I know, it's unreal. I think I'll be in a basement watching it on a TV, but I will be in the building. So that's still cool. I've got field access and stuff. So after the game, I'll be on the field and interviewing the players and stuff like that, and getting content for us. So over at 96.5 The Fan. But that'll be what I do. So I'll be in the stadium still. But I'd say over under for Trump's, plus 200.
Okay,
we're going with props. So a little bit of juice on that.
What is the possibility that Patrick Mahomes at some point during or after the game pats an official on the rear end?
100%. I hope he does it early on.
Just to freak people out.
Get them mad. Yeah, exactly. Get the conspiracies out there.
Which will be higher? The total score, or the difference in age between Bill Belichick and his girlfriend? For those who don't know, Bill Belichick is 48 years older than his girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's you good for BB, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, sure. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I'll go on Bill Belichick on that one for sure.
At any point during the game or after, will Jason Kelce show cleavage? Will he disrobe? Will he take off his shirt?
Disrobing will be happening for sure from Jason Kelce. Yes, absolutely. Before, during, and I hope after. We have very good news if you're a Chiefs fan if he's derobing after the game.
Is this game over by the fourth quarter in your mind? I know you want it to be, but I want you to put on your analyst hat and tell me, is this a close game in the fourth quarter?
I think the Chiefs have a chance to pull ahead in the second half, but also they don't tend to do that. These games are close, and often the Chiefs are down, and they're coming back, and that's what they've done in every Super Bowl that they've won. They've been down double digits, and they've come back and they've won the game. So I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case here, but I think that's something that's troubling if you're a Chiefs fan. If you're actually going to go on the other side and look at it, if the Eagles do get that 10-point lead, let's say, that's something that's right in their their bread and butter, because now they're in their playbook where they want to be. They want to be living on the run. They want to be living with Saquon Barkley, short little passes, dink and dunks, taking long drives. I mean, there was a game this season, I believe it was against the Washington Commanders, I believe it was, where they had an 11-minute drive or something to end the game. I mean, the other team didn't even get the ball. I mean, that's something that Philadelphia, and again, that's an extreme situation. I think the Chiefs defense would be able to muster up something a little better than that. But again, that's what they do. So if they were able to get to that script, that's not something that would be good for the Chiefs. But again, on the other side, that's also true. If the Chiefs get up 10 points, the Eagles are all of a sudden going, okay, well, our best player has become much more insignificant in the last quarter.
So by the way, Ken Weaver, I know it's news time, but in Mac Morey's honor, I decided to just hold the news to when I always did it when he was doing the news.
All right, I got a double cheeseburger from Whataburger.
Whataburger reference. Morey, love you. Yes. Have a great time Sunday. It's good to catch up. Get home sooner. I know that Kansas City's now home, but you know what I'm talking about. And wish everybody well out there, and we'll talk to you again soon, brother.
Thanks so much, and congrats on the move to the drive. Yeah. Maybe I heard that intro at 5. I'm going, wow, it's not even 2 p.m. Let's go. So way to go. We're all moving up in the world. Good hearing your guys' voice.
All right, there's Double M, Mac Morey, joining us for a few minutes.